This report brought to you by the Richmond Club, where investors and high-growth companies meet.
I'm Galit Solomon for the Richmond Report. Longer lasting, low cost and efficient. Those are just some of the words used by Vancouver-based Nano One materials to describe the patented products they offer. I sat down with the company's CEO to learn more. We're going to dive straight in. Let's begin with an overview of Nano One Materials. What can you tell us about the company?
So Nano One Materials is a technology company, and we're developing processing technology to improve the cathode materials that go into lithium-ion batteries. So that's the stuff that holds lithium ions when you charge and discharge the battery. We're trying to drive down cost, we're trying to improve the performance, and of course we're trying to make it more accessible to the electric vehicle market, to the electric bus market, to the storage market for renewable energy.
Right, and really I'm assuming what the company is doing is really looking ahead to the future and assessing the kind of needs that we're going to have with things like electric vehicles, like you said. So I guess that sort of research would have already been done, and you know that this is going to be something that's very relevant to day-to-day life for people.
For sure. I mean, we're seeing, to go back to the sort of idea of an electric bus, we're seeing the adoption of electric buses throughout China, and we're starting to see them sort of pour into South America and into North America as well, in Europe. So there's a place where you're going to see a very sort of transformative impact on the space. And of course, electric vehicles are appearing everywhere. We're also very much aware of those as well. We have an approach that's very much about there's near-term opportunities where we see revenue potential, but we're also working on the advancement of materials. So we might see those materials a little bit further out in the next gen of a lithium-ion battery, and then we're looking also with some of the really sort of further outlookers where they're trying to change the whole engineering of the lithium-ion battery. We're trying to be part of that supply chain, and we're working with a bunch of tier one automotives out of Europe and out of Asia to transform that. So we have kind of opportunities in all of those spaces too.
Right. You know, one of the questions that investors always ask is, who's at the helm of a company that I'm considering? What can you tell us about yourself and your experience?
So I'm actually a mechanical engineer. I spent most of my career working either with material scientists and physicists and of course sales forces. So I've always had my foot in the business development side and in the market development side, but also understand technology very well. So I came to this not with a lithium-ion battery experience, but with a very firm understanding of how technology plays out, how it sells, how you market it, and how you bring it forward.
So how did you end up in this industry?
so I guess it prior to here, I actually worked for a company called Kodak. Of course, everyone knows, and Kodak was very heavy in the material science space. And when I left there, I wanted to get into the energy space, and I started with a company for a little while on the nuclear energy side of things, and then I made the transformation into the battery space with my business partner, John Lando, who I had some experience in the lithium mining side of things. So that's kind of how it all
came together nicely. I see. Another question that investors often ask, it's kind of like the $1,000,000 question. Why invest in this stock now at this time? And if you can provide us with 3 reasons, that would be great.
So of course it's a very exciting industry. The whole everyone sees electric vehicles and the whole renewable energy market sort of taking off. Where do you invest in it? You can certainly invest in the raw materials and the mining side of it. And a lot of that's already played out. And you can certainly invest in the electric vehicle side of things, and of course we've seen where that's gone with Tesla and everything as well. We sit right in between that, and I think that makes us very, very attractive. We're one of the few plays in the space in between those that has a lot of growth potential still. So that's certainly one of the reasons.
Right.
And I think that we come to the table with a very good management team and a very good shareholder base as well. So if you look at who some of our key shareholders are, they're long. They're very supportive, and that plays into it as well.
Right.
And then I guess lastly, for a third reason is we have 11 patents already issued. We've got 30 in the pipe. It's a strategy. Our strategy is a licensing strategy, so the capital needs aren't that great, but of course the margins can be very, very high in a situation like ours.
Right.
And we've already started working with a large Chinese cathode producer who want to adopt our technology into their expansion plans, and that's our beachhead. And we plan to be using that as a way to build our reputation to begin working with others. So this has just begun. We announced that first deal in January, and we've got 20 some odd strategic companies in the pipeline right now. It takes 6 months to a year to convert them, but we've been socializing them for a long time. So slowly we're bringing these things online.
I was going to ask, what does 2019 hold for you? And I'm assuming that a large part of it will have to do with this Chinese company. Right?
Yeah, it's partly with the Chinese company, partly with maybe some of their customers, partly with a bunch of with the tier one automotives, both in the more conventional auto space where they're converting to electric vehicles, or with active players like BYD or some of the big Chinese players who are in the space as well. So companies like that are very interested in what we're doing because we can help drive down the costs and improve their competitiveness.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what 2019 brings for you. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much as well. I really appreciate the opportunity.
For more on the company, head to www.nanoone.ca. And if you'd like to learn more about high growth companies, don't forget to like and follow us. I'm Galit Solomon for the Richmond Report.
If you enjoyed this video, please let us know. You've been watching the Richmond Club Report. If you've just come across this channel, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm sure you'll find a lot of interesting and lucrative investment and trading ideas around here. We'll see you again soon on the next video. Cheers, guys. Have an amazing and profitable day.